What's up, people? My name is Danon, and y'all know I got my ride or die by my side,
Linetia.
and we are Team Tasby, where we empower married couples to build long lasting legacies.
Because it's not what you possess now, it's about what you leave to the next generation.
Let's do this. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, comment on this podcast that we have going today. It's going to be exciting, very informational. Let's get started. Before we get started, we want to do highlight of the week. So, babe, what's your highlight of the week?
Well, my highlight for the week is I've never been through this before, but hey, it's a first for everything,
Uh
right?
huh. Yep.
I end up extending my tendon.
Mm.
Went to the doctor and told him my situation. And he told me, yeah, everything looks good, but your tendon. So you're going to have to wear a boot
Mm. So you got a
for a
boot on.
while. So I
Let the
got this
people see
boot.
the boots. She got
I
the.
got this boot. They call it, I have the boots on the ground.
She literally got. Hey, she
Oh my
got her boot
goodness,
on
on
the
the
ground.
ground.
Okay,
Yeah, that was,
that's. I mean, that's a highlight.
it definitely is.
That's
'Cause,
a highlight. So
man,
mine is not that. I ain't gonna say it's bad. At least you healing.
yeah,
We went to a nice restaurant the other day and just
yeah.
had some spent some quality time together. It was real nice. The customer service
Oh man.
was really great. We talked to the manager and let him know that they were doing a great job. But that was a highlight for me. We just was chilling. The food was good,
It
and
was.
everything was good. You know, sometimes when you go out, those the places be like bad service.
Yes.
The food nasty, cold. We had a
Yeah,
good time.
we really
Yeah,
did.
so that was our highlight of the week.
Yes.
So I want everybody to come on in the couch
Oh,
of conversation.
conversation.
Sit down, relax because this episode is gonna be crazy.
Man.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I don't know if y'all have read the title, but the title is
Man.
if you skip this in your marriage is gonna fade. If you skip this important ingredient in your marriage, it's gonna fade. So
Yes.
today we want to talk about intimacy. I hear preachers say, "Look into me and see."
So when you look into me, and that's what you see, that's intimacy.
Yeah, you looking into me, and you get to see me for who I am.
Okay.
You like that?
I like
Yeah, you
that.
get to see me for who I am. First of all, let's just set a little groundwork. My wife, she's gonna give us the definition we came up, the best definition that we came up for intimacy. What you got?
Well, I'm going to read the definition that I
Yeah.
found on Google, and then I'll give you my little
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
short brief.
Yeah.
So it says intimacy is a close, familiar, and deeply personal connection between two people that involves trust, vulnerability, and affection.
Mm, that's good.
So to me, what it's saying is you have to have a connection between two people.
Right.
Between you and your spouse, there has to be a connection that bypasses the actual just touch, a physical aspect of it. There need to be a I know you, I know your inner being, and you know my inner personal being.
That's good. It's for me personally, it's about connection and connecting with your spouse on a more emotional, even spiritual, intellectual level. So one thing that we have learned in our marriage is to set out time to be together, to talk to each other. And it's not superficial. It's not just surface talk. It's real. What's wrong? How are you feeling? Maybe something that may happen in your past. But we take time out to be intimate with each other.
And I know when you say that, it made me think about when we first got married and we didn't understand. We thought we knew what intimacy was. Well, I thought I did. And it was more of I'm doing like the surface things like cooking for you, cleaning for you. I thought that was my definition of intimacy,
Right.
and not realizing no, it is actually a connection, like knowing my friend deeper inner side of them, the parts that you never seen. Maybe if my vulnerability of me sharing things that I like about being intimate so you can understand me, I didn't realize that's what it was about until we went to counseling.
Exactly. I like the words you use, vulnerability, because being vulnerable is really one way you can be intimate because you have to really have an honest conversation. It has to be truthful. You can't go into intimacy trying to sugarcoat it
Yes.
and make a person feel all gushy all the time. Sometimes it hurts. And to be vulnerable, it means that you're going to put yourself into harm's way that that person could use that information against you.
Yes, but don't use the information for your own gain or to use it against them to hurt them. It's just being open with another person. So you're supposed to shelter that, hold that dear to you and them. It's supposed to be between you and
Yes.
them, not to come back later and be like, oh, yeah, I know what hurts you. So I'm going to use that against. That's not
And I
intimacy.
believe that that falls on the spouse. That falls on the person that's receiving the information. So if we get into an argument, you can't come back later and say or think, "Oh, I remember when you said this." You That's why you have crazy now because when you was 3, that information is not supposed to be used for that purpose.
Yes, it's somewhat like a secret. It's
Yes.
supposed to be a secret between me and you. So that is the reason why you should be able to express things to your spouse being vulnerable.
Yes, vulnerability is a big part of being intimate because if I keep my spouse, who can I let my guard down with? Who can I be truthful with? Who can I really express how I feel when I'm having a rough day or I might be going through some type of traumatic experience from my past and not even know it. And if I can't take it to my spouse, who can I take it to? So that's a good point I heard you say about being vulnerable.
That's good. Yes, that was good, babe. Another point I have about intimacy is I've had the question, do you have to say, I love you on a daily basis? Because that's to me is a part of intimacy when you're expressing your emotions to your spouse. But some people feel like it's not a part of intimacy with telling your spouse I love you every time you talk to them. Would you say you should say I love you on a daily basis or every time you talk to your spouse?
Well, for me, it hits a little different because I experienced death with my in my first marriage. My first wife passed away. So I really understand the value of telling people you love them while they're here and expressing it. So with that person, I feel like they take it for granted or they just had a difficult childhood looking at or seeing their parents say I love you or talk about certain things. So for us, we say we love each other every morning. We text each other throughout the day. We do those things because I feel like we value each other's friendship, first of all, and we really appreciate having each other in one another's life. So I feel like you should because I think you brought this up before. You never know.
That's true. It's so true. You don't know, God forbid, we're not saying we want anything. It's an opportunity to express how you feel about them. And that is to me is a part of intimacy. You shouldn't say it out of just a casual conversation or it's a tradition we always say. It should be something you truly mean and you should express it. Because saying that you love me, it it brightens my day. It also soothes me. So that's a part of intimacy because it's going to my heart. I'm like, man, he loved me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it because we get to really know the person. Like, how could you be with a person and not want to know them? Which can take me off a little detour, which is not a detour. It's the same thing with God. He want to spend time with us. He's not going to force it on us, which I like to say intimacy is not, it's no fear or you can't be made to be intimate
No.
with a person. I can't make her want to be intimate with me. She has to, and I have to want to know more about her or me, vice versa. It's the same thing with God. God wants us to want to know more about him, and he wants us to seek him. He wants us to follow after him, and he will show, and he wants to be intimate with us. But sometimes we miss that because we feel like one, we take it for granted. Two, we don't appreciate the person. And three, we are traumatized by our past. So those are the three things I would just say that what would hold people back from being intimate.
That's good. I like that. I have a question. You made me think about it when you said people sometimes are afraid of being intimate because they have traumatic issues. And my question is, do you think sometimes, because I know women do too, but I'm just speaking as a woman to ask a man this question. Do you think men have a issue with expressing intimacy? Because I know sometimes men go through the the mindset or have the mindset that that's not masculine. That's a feminine thing. What do you think?
That's a good question. I feel like that if we break it down to the basics, it's just to get to know somebody. It's a word. It's intimate. It's intimidating when we hear it, but if you look at the definition, it just means to go deeper to know someone, and that can be spiritual. It can be emotional. It can be intellectual ways that you could just get to know someone. And my thing is, why wouldn't you want to know your spouse? I mean, that will help you tremendously in your marriage because if I know what you like, if I know where to touch her at, if I know how to send goosebumps up her spine and make her feel good and make her I had to throw that in there.
Oh,
If I know these things and I know she likes them, why wouldn't I want to know that? So I can be the one to push her buttons or to, you know, do the right things or say it or participate around the house with chores or whatever it is. Why wouldn't I want to know that valuable information? That's my answer to that question. My question to you would be, wait, before I do that, don't forget to like this video, share it, comment. Leave us a comment down about what you think intimacy is. Do you need help with it? Do your husband, your wife need help with being intimate? Don't forget to leave that in the comments. Like, share, subscribe while we doing all that, getting all that good stuff out the way. My question is intimacy the same as sex? Is it a difference or are they the same?
They are different. Sex and intimacy. Sex and intimacy is different.
They different.
Yeah, two different things. Sex is something physical. It can be physical only. But intimacy, it's a connection, not just physically, but emotionally. And there's a attraction included in intimacy. You can have sex relationship without actually being connected with somebody. So it's just something that you don't care. You can be pretty much don't care about the person, don't care about who they are, you don't care about their thoughts, you don't care about the manhood or womanhood about them. You don't care about their beauty. That it can just be just an act. But when you're intimate, you are into this person, their whole persona about them. That's when the love is also in the intimacy, is connected. And it's just like what I think about, it's like a meal. You can have a meal, but if you just had a meat, that's just meat. But if you have a full course meal, you got the meat, you got your vegetables, you got your starch. So you got that's full. But without the meat, with the meat, you're still hungry. But with the full course meal, you are full. And then the cherry on top is the dessert. So that's what I think about. It's like a full meal when you are intimate with somebody. It fulfills you. It makes you feel whole.
I like that. That's real good. That's talking and speaking to a lot of people's emotions and just wanting to be loved and wanting to be loved whole and not just one area, not just with having sex. Like, cause that's really just like you said, it's a physical attraction that wears off. And we have the illustration we had read earlier was sex is like a match and some wood.
Yeah.
It's gonna light fast, and you're gonna light it. It's gonna burn fast. It's gonna go out. But intimacy is like a fireplace.
Yes.
You got to get the wood. You have to, you know, put it in the fireplace. You
Yeah.
have to make sure it stays on and it heats up. But once it gets going, it keeps you warm throughout the night or however long you want it to burn. So
Yeah.
that's good with the food. Like sex and intimacy, first of all, they are not the same.
Not.
I had to learn that the hard way because I grew up in a different mindset in my neighborhood and coming up. I grew up around a lot of, I'm gonna just say it, pimps, a lot of people, players, man. We had, to do certain things, we wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? My wife would tell you,
Yes.
I had to go to counseling for opening the door.
Yes.
Something as simple as that. Like, cause I was like, man, open no door, man. That ain't what we do. You know what I'm saying? But I had the wrong mindset. So that's good that what you brought up and just being intimate with your spouse. That's what we want to get across to you guys on this episode. Learn how to be intimate. We're going to give y'all 3 keys to help you to be intimate in your relationship. The first one is to know or learn your spouse's likes and dislikes. Like, how can you be with somebody if you don't know what they like or dislike? Both of them are important.
And then another point is quality time. You have to spend time together to get to know each other intimately.
Not just going by fast, you get out of work, you drop the kids off, you cook, you do all these things, and then you don't get to stop. And later we'll talk about some frameworks that can help also with putting that together without being distracted, about being disturbed, because you need to have the quality time. And third is to be intentional. Set the schedule throughout the week to say, hey, this the day we going on our date night. This the day we having our family meetings. This the day we just need to talk. We're not doing anything. We're not adding nothing to it. Be intentional. So it's learn a person likes and dislikes. My wife said quality time was number two. And three, be intentional when it comes to being intimate
Yes.
with your spouse. I think we should talk about the different types of intimacies. One is emotional. Sometimes we do need to have that emotional connection because it's important to feel seen, to feel valued in a relationship. And we need to connect with each other emotionally, and that could be through your daily conversations. It don't have to be sex. It don't have to be where you just want your spouse to listen. That's that's what I get out of emotional because you go through stressful days. You go through
Yes.
things in your family, things with your finances. And sometimes you just need that person to feel your emotions, listen without having a response. And another form of intimacy is what you think, babe?
Another part is the physical intimacy, the touch. You see that? No, so
Do it again.
let me
No,
do it
it's-
again. No. Okay.
ooh, do
I
it.
know. It is touch, the feeling. For us, we hold hands. That's a form of intimacy. So that's a form of sending signals through your body from your spouse. Also, just gazing, touching, kissing your spouse is another example. The lips have sensations. So that is another look, hey, that's another form of the physical. But physical is something that you should do on a daily basis. You should be touching your spouse, feeling your spouse, caressing your spouse, just embracing them.
I would like to add that the communication part is from me, and I know I've had to learn this. Sometimes I have to ask because I don't know if it's a good time. I don't know if she's dealing with the emotional side of, she may not feel like being touched at that moment, or she may feel, and vice versa. You may be agitated. You may be going through something difficult in your just own personal life that it may be not uncomfortable, but it may be like not the right time. And if one of y'all snap because it's not the right time, then you haven't communicated that. Now that's not all the time. I
No.
think we know our spouses, or we should, and that's a part of being intimate.
Yes.
That you know if she's upset or if he's had a bad day. If you're not aware of that, that's the more importantness of being intimate with your spouse.
So you can physically read your spouse's body language. You should be able to do that because you guys are so in tune with each other's intimacy. Body language says a lot. And I know with us also, sometimes when I get out from work, he can tell if I'm like maybe tensed or stressed or not in the mood. So he will wait for a few moments to even, like he said, approach me, to rub me. He might be like, babe, just come here. And it's a slow embrace,
Yes.
a hug. So that is important that you do not bombard your spouse
Yes, you can.
if you notice that they are not there.
Yes. All of it is a part of being intimate. You have another one, babe?
Yes, it is intellectual. And intellectual has to do with your dreams and sharing ideas. So that is, if you guys as a couple, you're supposed to be sharing what are your ideas for the family, dreams, also sharing your dreams. So ask your spouse and talk, have the conversation. Sometimes we don't talk about it. What are your dreams, babe? Do you have any dreams? And a lot of times we don't share those. We just feel like I should keep that to myself, not realizing when you share those things, it also opens the thought of, oh, wow, we have goals. We have something we can actually do together. And it's another form where you guys can actually write this down at family meetings. So write your dreams down and share ideas. And for us, I know we have wrote down our dreams on paper. Actual tool that we do. So write down things that y'all might share as a couple.
Yes, I would like to add to that and say that's very important that you guys do that because I feel like personally, this is my own personal belief, is that is what fuels your marriage. Having some type of goals, having some type of aspirations, something you are dr- driving to, something you a purpose, your passion. That makes life a little easier.
Yeah.
When if I'm an artist or I like to draw or I do poetry, if I get a chance to step away out of my everyday norm and do something that I'm passionate about, that I have been wanting to do since I was a kid, I think that brings life
It is.
to the relationship when I can look at my wife and I know my wife likes to draw and she can draw some amazing artwork, designs, clothing. I know this about her. So it brings not just her, it brings me to life when I see her doing those things. And vice versa. She know I loves music. She know I loves to write. And when she see me doing beats or whatever I may be doing, I think she gets excited. She be like, "Babe, what's that? Let me hear that. What's going on?" But that just adds another level of intimacy to your marriage. So talk about your dreams. Talk about your things that you have a passion for, and let that kind of stir up in your relationship.
Yes. And the thing too also with just sharing your ideas, as kids we always used to have different dreams and ideas of what we wanted to be, what we wanted to do. It's never too late for you guys to fulfill those things. And why not do it with the person you love? Because it's so much fulfillment when you can do it with somebody that's encouraging you, that is pushing you, and then y'all join together. It's better when two join together and do it together. It says in the Bible in Ecclesiastics 4 and 9. And it's so much, it makes it easier when y'all join and build on you guys' dreams and ideas.
Yes, I totally agree. It makes a, the world of a difference. And I said this before in another podcast that you need a project to work on. I'm gonna always say that. I'm gonna always encourage couples and married couples to find something to work on and don't work on each other because we're not here to fix each other. We're here to complement each other and work together for a purpose.
Yes.
And uh, the last form of intimacy is the most important is spiritual intimacy. When you can pray together, when you can read your Bible, when you can take time out and meditate and just turn off everything and get in a room and just spend time with God. Spend time with him, get in his word. It could be you guys reading a scripture a day. Just or saying we're gonna wake up and pray together. And just spend time with God. That is the most essential part of marriage. Not only that you two find a way to be intimate, but when you find a way to be intimate with God,
Yes.
that is the essence of a marriage.
And I'd like to say there's nothing like praying over your spouse, which we do. I'd like to pray over your husband. Pray, edify him, give him affirmations throughout the day on a daily basis that he's 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 always needing someone to cover him spiritually, telling him that he's fearfully and wonderfully made, that he's more than a conqueror, he's prosperous. Let pray over him and make sure that he's covered. That is actually pouring into him spiritually. And
That's real good. That's very important. And vice versa. You supposed to cover your wife. Like husbands, cover your wife. Pray for them. Pray with them. Don't let them leave out the house. No morning, no time without praying and covering them and asking God to watch over them. That's vital. That's the most important part of being intimate is the spiritual part. Praying over each other, reading your word, spending time with God. That's the most important.
that is so
That is the most important.
yes, it is.
Hey, don't forget to share and like this episode where we are talking about being intimate. We have had a wonderful show, a great time. I really enjoyed this space with my wife. And you have anything, babe?
Yes, I would say use some tools this week with your spouse of being intimate just by touching them physically, spiritually, and also emotionally and mentally.
What are some tools?
Some tools you can take is giving your spouse affirmations before they leave for the day, and also giving them a kiss, telling them you love them, and telling them what you like about them. Do you like to share anything, any tools?
One tool takeaway. I think I'll do a takeaway is to know the difference between sex and intimacy. Intimacy is just wanting to know more about your spouse, wanting to get to know them better. Like we've been married 17 years and we still don't know everything about each other, but we are invested now. We invest in our marriage. We take counseling. We read books. You can read the five love languages. We reading a book now that was given to us by another couple called Personality Plus. We take out time to, of course, study the Word of God, but just first invest in your marriage. My takeaway was just know the difference between intimacy and sex. If you know that sex is just physical and it's gonna fizzle out over time because we're getting older and your looks and everything fade away, but your emotions and your intellectual part of being intimate in your relationship would never fade. We would just like to say thank you guys so much for coming this far in this episode about being intimate. And if you don't do this, your marriage will
Will fade.
fade. Look, we love you guys. Look, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share, like this episode, and we'll be back. Check out the next episode coming soon next week. So stay tuned. Team Tasby.